Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99. And if you're looking at this, I am on a Skype call with a very familiar face on Twitter and in the Litecoin, or shall I say the crypto community. It's Jon Moore. John, good to see you again.
Hey, what's up, Crypto Mentor 99? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so I got to brag on John a little bit. I hope he doesn't start to blush. So last August, um, I'm in Florida, Destin, Florida, and I get a hold of John and I'm like, hey, let's do some interviews about nationwide merchant solutions, who you are, what you do. Again, I still have a small YouTube channel. I don't even like the word influencer. I'm an old guy in my basement wanting to learn more about cryptos and meeting new people. So John and I don't remember the exact amount. Maybe we did like 6 or 8 videos, just little snippets, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. And John was thankful for the opportunity. I'm like, no, dude, I'm thankful for the opportunity to get to know you. So, John, let's kind of start there, meaning tell everybody before we get into like the crypto stuff, tell us about Nationwide Merchant Solutions, what it is, why you do it, and how you got started.
Sure, guys. Nationwide Merchant Solutions, we're a merchant services company. So what that means is that we process credit card payments for small and medium-sized businesses across the United States. So we put out like credit card machines like this. We integrate computerized systems with our payment processing. So I've always, for the last 10 years or so, I've talked to the public about payments. So it's kind of why the crypto thing was kind of like an easy thing for me to grasp onto in a different manner than most people, because I am the guy that deals with the public and talks to them about new payment systems and how to implement new payment stuff and just payment stuff in general. So that's what I do day in and day out is payments.
So, and you said that you got started roughly, John, about 10 years ago?
Yep, I got into the business about 10 years ago.
Okay. And I kind of know some of the answers to this just from, watching you on Twitter and doing the YouTube interviews last August when I was in Florida. Tell people, again, credit cards, to my knowledge, aren't going away anytime soon. But if I have a restaurant, say, or a tattoo parlor, tell me like a credit card nightmare that you or some of your people run into that would be a great reason that cryptocurrency might be a good option for you.
So there's so many credit card nightmares. It's like, do you have 4 weeks and a bar full of liquor to
Yeah.
to absorb all this terribleness? But a lot of what's went on in just Main Street USA is that the public and small businesses have been duped by merchant service companies and by banks.
Okay.
And what I mean by duped is that they signed up for an offer from somebody that walked around that it wasn't as it appeared on paper. And then what ends up happening is that business becomes locked into that offer and
Okay.
ends up paying thousands and thousands of dollars against their will because of how this stuff works with credit card processing and the banking system. They're locking into the bank account. So the business can't do anything to get that company from stopping to draft money out of their account and
Okay.
do all types of stuff. And then if the business tries to block them from accessing the account, the company that set them up with this fraudulent service, legally on their end, they had them into a tight enough contract where they'll ruin the people's personal credit if they try to stop paying. So it's really it's created like a toxic environment people that do payments. That's why people that are in merchant services and this stuff are so hated by the public, just because there's been so many scams that have occurred.
Okay. So you're nationwide, you're in New Jersey, you're, loving your wife, raising your family, and then one day you hear, I'm kind of being facetious, one day you hear and start to learn about cryptocurrency. When was that, John? Like when did you get first interested in cryptocurrencies?
So I was really like loved the credit card payments business for a long time. Like I was out talking to the public. I mean, it's a great thing to do if you're like pretty good in sales.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to all different types of businesses. You get a residual income. So I was trucking along good, but all these problems and like just be this toxic environment of payments people being hated and banks playing big time games, and really a lot of this, it really came down to a lot of the censorship and a lot of the things where they were censoring the accounts that we put in, and we don't like this person's account for whatever reason, or we can't take that account. And what happened was I kept hearing about cryptos, Bitcoin, and mainly it was Bitcoin, and I heard about Litecoin a little bit, right?
So what year,
And
John? What year roughly? Just roughly.
well, I had heard about it all from 2013 onward. I had
Wow.
heard about Bitcoin and Litecoin a little bit, and knew that they were a payment type, but I didn't. And more or less, like the regular public, I knew it was an investment. I didn't think much about it because I was so wrapped up in this credit card world. But
Sure.
the beginning of 2017, I had really like had it with the regular payment stuff. Like I was like, man, like we need a better option to offer people. And somebody showed me a $1,000 Litecoin transaction that went across country. And what I mean by showed it to me, we looked up the back end details of the payment on like a block cipher.
Sure.
And that did it for me, Crypto Mentor 99. That was like the moment. And I just stood up in my office and I said, oh my God, I said, we're out of business, everybody. We're out of business. And I started running around. Everybody said, why are you excited that we're out of business? I said, well, not just now. I said, it's payment systems take a while to change. I said, but in time, I said, this is like far superior to what we're working with. And I clicked right away that the payments, they're based on mathematics and how they link up and just how this information is available. You got to remember, there's nothing worse than trying to help a customer with a credit card transaction that they had issues with.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't even get the information as the processor because the networks are freezing it and they won't give it to us, or they have a security freeze or whatever the deal is. And
Wow.
it makes me go insane as a human being, forget just as a guy that's doing this as work. And being able to access the information at your fingertips permissionless on a Bitcoin or Litecoin transaction is just that is where the power lies. And it's just, I just can't stress that enough, that's just that's what the invention was. That's what Satoshi Nakamoto invented, is that he solved this double spend problem. And the payments have to validate, everything has to link up, and that's what it is for me, man.
So when you first, so again, I'm kind of repeating myself here. So when you first saw that $1,000 transaction to go from, again, I'm just a word picture from point A to point B, basically in seconds or minutes or whatever, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally get it. No, I don't need to read a book. I don't need to read a white paper. This is unbelievable, right?
It was like that moment for me, that it was just like that, like one of those moments in life that you'll like never kind of forget, kind of thing. And just was that light bulb that went off. Now, obviously I had a lot of learning to do. This was like a whole new
Sure.
world that I embarked on. So I probably spent the next like year to year and a half, like, and I joked around with people. I told them I'm in school, and they said, "Well, what school are you going to?" And this is, I told everybody I'm back in like school, and they said, "Well, where are you going? What are you going for?" I said, "Well, it's my own school," and people would laugh. And I said, "No, it is." I said, "Why does school have to be a place that the government deemed this is school that you go to and pay your money to? If you're learning, that's a school." You know what I mean? So I always thought different about situations in life. So I was in school, and I was every day watching crypto videos, reading, downloading wallets, testing stuff, trying out different payment things, and I didn't ever want to go too technical with what I learned, because I said to myself, the public adoption's not going to come from like developers like that over talk technical stuff. It's going to come from like regular Joes that kind of wrap their brain around this, and that's what I am. I'm a regular Joe that learns what he needs to know for the situation. So I'm like the ultimate guy for probably developers to like see what the public can absorb, because I'm not good with computers to begin with. So a lot of stuff that I like, a lot of stuff I struggle on. I think these developers and stuff, they're like, they can't scratch their head. They're thinking like, why am I not getting it? And I'm like, hey guys, the public isn't getting this either. So like, if I don't get it, the public doesn't get it. We gotta like, so I really like wrap my brain around what they need to know, so I can then reteach it to like, you know, people on Main Street USA. And what Main Street, what we argue about on Twitter, and what Main Street USA needs for adoption is, it's two completely different things. I mean, we argue about scaling solutions of different coins and whose blockchain can do more transactions per second. The public, I mean, you just gotta talk so basic about this with them. I just explain it like, hey, Bitcoin, Litecoin, they're kind of like that Venmo thing. Have you heard of that? And right now, businesses are very interested in Venmo. So I talk about Venmo, and then I draw parallels and comparisons as to how crypto is similar to that, but how it's better, and how like they can't, like they could send bigger amounts of money, and there's no chance of fraud and stuff. And I keep planting that seed about this stuff, and it's so powerful for me, because I don't feel guilty anymore about if they had fraud on a credit card payment. Like I used to, like, for a couple years, I didn't sleep good. I was a nervous wreck. I held myself personally responsible for everything, that every single credit card situation that everybody faced. And I literally, I mean, I was on the verge of an early death. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I was going to, like, have, like, a nervous breakdown. And crypto's freed me from that. I don't feel any responsibility anymore whatsoever. I just tell people I'm not the one that, like, did this stuff to you. In fact, I don't even condone what credit card companies do. You have to, and I tell the people all the time now, people ask me, John, is this situation safe? And if it's with a credit card, I always have to tell them no. And I tell them, most likely you're going to be safe, but there's a chance that you're going to lose every dollar. And they're like, are you kidding me? There's a chance I'm going to lose every dollar. And I'm like, with every single one of your credit card transactions, there's a chance you're going to lose every dollar. And people are like, oh my God, like, they're actually bothered that I tell them that.
Yeah.
But I just explain to them. That's why I tell them, if you go to my website, that's why I'm promoting Bitcoin and Litecoin as payments, because I tell them that's the only payment type that I can be certain with 100% guarantee that you're not going to lose every dollar if you send the money from A to B. I know I can sleep at night telling you 100% the value is going to transfer from A to B, and nobody's going to stop the payment, and no fraud's going to occur. And that to me is like, it's hard for the regular public to get that because they didn't do payments for 10 years and have this like
Right.
edge about them. You know what I mean? So
Well, this is a good segue. So, all right. So you're in New Jersey. You're in your career at Nationwide Solutions. Again, word picture 2013. You go to school, your own school, learn about cryptos, and then
2017, the school started.
okay. Sorry, boss. Okay.
Beginning of 2017. I first knew about cryptos as a payment type in 2013.
Okay. Sorry, John. So 2017. One day, Jon Moore rolls out of bed and says, "I'm going to start going to the local, whatever, restaurant, tattoo parlor, car wash, and start talking about other payment methods." How and when did that evolve, John?
So when I ran around my office saying we're out of business, I became first an investor in cryptos. Like it was kind of spring of 2017, and the market was starting to heat up. And I said, I want to invest in this stuff and put some money into it and then learn about it. So I just really approached it more from that angle. And I knew in my mind it was the future of payments, but I wasn't yet promoting it to the public for payments. But I knew it was the future. And what happened was I rode the whole bull market up through 2017. And buying cryptos and swapping them back and forth and downloading these wallets and learning about stuff. And once the market started going down and all the FUD came out about cryptos are dead, Bitcoin's dead, and I said to myself, this is fake news, and this couldn't be further from the truth. And I said, it hasn't began yet. People are saying it's dead. I laughed at them and I said, do you understand how slow payments are to evolve? Like, we can't even, as credit card people, half the time convince the people to start using the machine that processes chip cards and Apple Pay.
Right.
Never mind cryptos. Like, Americans are, and this is actually a bad thing with America, they're very stubborn, and Americans have more entitlement than any other country. And I love America. I am like, I don't want to leave America. I have no desire to even go to other countries, right? But I do call it like I see it. Very entitled people. And I see that with payments because people say, John, I'm not changing. I'm sticking with this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I really, when the market started going down, I said, now's my chance. I got to get out there and talk to the public about this and clear the air. And that's really what I do, is just try to set the story straight for people. And people tell me crazy things. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin. They don't believe in it. One guy walked in on him. He goes, I don't believe in Bitcoin. And I said, excuse me? And he said, yeah, I don't believe in Bitcoin. And I said, well, I didn't ask you about Santa Claus. He said, what does Santa Claus have to do with it? I said, because Santa Claus is something that you choose to believe in when you're a child.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm a company going around telling you that Bitcoin is in fact a new form of payment, and it's a payment that can't have fraud. I said, this is not something that you need to believe in, sir. I said, it's the truth. Yeah. I said, you may not think it's going to be worth a lot in the future. That is subjective, right? That's a bit X, or that's a question mark, because we don't know what happens in the future. But as of right now, it's a payment type that can be used, and it can't have fraud, period. And I tell people, it's nothing to believe in. It just is. It is what it is, So people don't this is really shocking to a lot of people. A lot of people don't even know what Bitcoin is. I mean, I watched some of your stuff when you talked to the public, and you said you were surprised when you thought mass adoption was coming, and you were like, guys, it ain't coming anytime soon because the public just doesn't understand what this is.
Yeah. So during the other pre-interview, John, this is great stuff. During the pre-interview, we talked a little bit about this. I'm like, well, let's kind of get this on our video. So kind of, again, I'm a simple guy. I ask simple questions. So why are you doing what you're doing with the crypto stuff? And what's kind of your motives and intentions? Because sometimes I think you're a little misunderstood, and you even said that. So tell us why a credit card dude is out there talking about cryptocurrencies.
So again, the credit card business kind of was really, was stressing me out, and I took everything like personal. Like again, I was selling credit card processing, and if people need to get paid, and they were asking me like, Johnny, what do I do in this situation? And I was just like, it felt I didn't have an answer for people as to how they could transact safe, and it ate me alive, and it really like so. The fact that I can tell them now there is something else you can do. It's Bitcoin, it's Litecoin, it's a way to transact safely. It's for me, it's just such a rewarding thing. So when I set out to do this, most other companies that are going to come into this space are going to create their own product and design their own software, which is great, right? That's
Right.
they're going to build their business model around that, and they're going to make money pushing a particular product. I am such a libertarian, and I'm like literally my life is decentralized, right? I hate telling anybody what to do. I'm just like I want freedom for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like when I set out to do this, it was really I just said to myself, let me just be general support for Litecoin. I always loved Litecoin. I thought it was the crypto that had a real chance right now as to that mass adoption for payments. And I said, let me just be a guy that the public can trust. I'm unbiased. I understand and know payments because I did it. And I just help with anything Litecoin related. And there's no one product in particular that I push. I listen to the situation. I hear the merchant or the business out, and I offer the best solution. Now, the beautiful thing is about this, some of these solutions I can make a commission on, which is awesome, right? A lot of them I don't make a commission on. And that never drives my thinking as to what I offer. I just want the people to have the solution for cryptos that works best for them. And the whole idea behind this is I'm a payments guy. I'm still making money on the credit card payments. Everybody has to remember this. Like people say, oh no, I don't believe that Johnny Litecoin would offer something that he doesn't make money on. Guys, I'm a credit card processor, so I don't hide that that's my work, that I make money from processing the credit card payments. So if I help people process some crypto transactions for free, so be it. We always help people accept cash for free. We never made a dime off of helping people take cash in through their system. So cryptos is just another extension of that. So it's just a very it's a pure form of money. It's a pure form of payment. And I also look at it too, I'm being the real patriot doing this. I love America. I love America. If it wasn't for my wife, I would never leave America ever again. And nothing against other countries. I'm not anti the rest of the world. I just love America, man. And I'm just like a real, true patriot. And I look at offering cryptos as the most patriotic thing you could do if you're into payments, because there's no central authority. There's no bias in it. There's no ill intentions. So by offering the mainstream financial systems products, in a way, like you're the companies that do that. Now I know it's what they're doing and how they're making money, but it's not doing right by the public when they're censoring what the public's doing, and then now they're saying, in a sense, hey, this is right, hey, this is wrong. Let me explain to you a crazy situation.
Sure.
So with all this censorship that's going on. Say the government wants to come after you, right? And all your money is in the bank. And they come after you and they charge you with certain crimes. Now, as an American citizen, your right is you're innocent before proven guilty. And you have the right to defend yourself in a court of law. However, if they want to come after you, they have control of the banking system, they freeze your bank accounts. So how on earth can you pay for a lawyer to defend yourself if you're charged with a crime? You can't. So it's the whole idea that's like the system has everybody trapped. And that's just one example. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, just don't do anything bad, this and that. Like, and I get it. Most of this isn't going to happen to most people. But what if they have it out for you and they come after you for something you truly didn't do? And you want that right to defend yourself, and you trusted the system and had your money in the bank. Guess what? You're getting a public defender because they're going to freeze your bank accounts and not let you access your money. So that's an idea where behind Bitcoin and Litecoin, censorship resistant. You're still able to access that money no matter what. It's yours.
That's good, John. So let's get into a little bit of the nuts and bolts now. So I own a store, whatever it is, hair salon, tattoo parlor, restaurant, whatever. And someone has you've already overcome their objections about why they should get in or use cryptocurrencies. What's the next step? Is it an hour process, how you can get them started? Does it take days or weeks? Kind of explain to the people it's not that difficult.
It's very easy to set up. So setting up a merchant account for credit cards is a lot harder and more difficult and cumbersome. And setting up somebody to accept cryptos is very simple. I mean, in fact, in a lot of cases, we can just download a free wallet and they can be up and they really could be ready in 5 minutes. But what I like to do is I like to fit it into their system and their environment. So I try to, in their cash register, we try to add a payment button that says Bitcoin or Litecoin. This way, their records need to match up at the end of the day. It's hard to convince a business, and this isn't even cryptos specific, this is just any payment type in general. If it doesn't link up with their system, they have to go close out each sale.
Sure. So
we try to do that where we just add it into their cash register so they can close out each ticket or each sale. And then we try to just make it so it's not cumbersome if they get a crypto payment. It's just, hey, it goes with the flow. Customer says, hey, I'm going to pay with cryptos, and the business is like, oh, okay, cool. You owe us $50.03. Please make payment. So that's why I do a lot of the signs.
Yeah.
Like people argue with me a lot about the payment sign, and they say, oh, it's not secure or it's not private. This is just for small retail transactions, and they're only going to get a couple crypto payments to begin with. So it's not.
Yeah.
They're not hoarding millions of dollars through this crypto sign that I made up for them. So it's just really trying to design it in an easy manner. Now you got to remember, the videos I do are all of like Main Street USA businesses because that's what people can see, feel, and touch. The true adoption of cryptos is online payments. Like how you went on and bought my silver coins on my website online, right? Yeah. That's e-commerce environment. So the ultimate use case of Bitcoin and Litecoin is always going to be the people's online websites. And that's where it has the most advantage right now.
And tell me if this is true. I think it is, because I think we talked about this on one of the videos we did last August, John. But if I have a restaurant and I'm taking cryptocurrency as say Litecoin, let's just say Litecoin as a payment, is there an option, because I think you kind of joked about this, there's an option where at the end of the day, someone could sell their Litecoin if they're more comfortable and get back into fiat, like at the end of the night?
Yeah, well, so they can do it. Really, they can do it as they can really cash out as often as they want.
Okay,
In a restaurant type of environment, honestly, even a solution like Coinbase works pretty well, and you could generate the QR codes from Coinbase. And the reason why Coinbase works well is because they show you that the payment broadcasts immediately, so you don't have to wait for the block to clear to see that a payment is incoming.
right.
And I mean, you could go in to Coinbase, I mean, literally every hour and just go in and sell whatever's in there. Or you could wait till the end of each day and kind of do it like almost like you're closing out the system for the night. But what another thing businesses are doing is they're sometimes settling the payments into a stable coin,
Okay.
which is then you're staying in cryptos. Then you don't even have to go back into the bank. You may say, "Hey, I want to keep the money in cryptos," and I like what you're saying, Johnny Litecoin, about this need for a different financial system. But they tell me my business has to run, John. I don't want to be gaining and losing value. So I tell them, look, you can like a wallet like Coinomi works perfect for this, right? You take the payments into Coinomi, and you can do a swap right in Coinomi, right into like a stable coin, like US dollar coin, True USD, and you're just locking in your value. You know, maybe cost you 1% to do the swap into the stable coin, and then your value is locked in. And then when you want to swap back into Bitcoin or Litecoin or Digibyte, Dash, whatever you want to swap back into, you convert back into.
So again, I'm asking you to say the same thing again in a different way. My point is, it's an easy hurdle to overcome if someone's a little nervous, like, okay, at the end of the night, I want to get back into fiat. It's not a big deal, right, John?
So, super easy, and like like a high-end restaurant, maybe their bill comes out, people got nice bottles of wine. Maybe they took in $500, right?
Yeah.
They may say, hey, they don't want to really risk the market going up and down, so they can convert that pretty much immediately. I mean, you really, once the block clears,
right,
you can convert the payment. So that's another reason why Litecoin is a preferred crypto for payment over Bitcoin. Again, that block clearing faster and those blocks being wide open, you can sell Litecoin within a matter of a couple minutes of receiving the payment, or you can convert it into that stable coin. So really, you're not going to see, even if the market is tanking, you're not going to see much volatility in a 2 or 3 minute window. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, maybe it goes down 1% or something, but you're not going to see much volatility in that 2 or 3 minutes. And whatever volatility you're going to see, you're going to offset that by the normal credit card fee you would pay anyways. So it's kind of like a mute point, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good, John. So let's kind of end with this, or maybe we'll go another 5 minutes or so. Tell everybody, sometimes every once in a while on Twitter, and I'll put all your information in the description box of this video below. Tell everybody, I don't even know who heads it up. I'd be interested to know about some of the meetups you guys have in and around your area in New Jersey.
Awesome. So a lot of the stuff the LTC East Coast team puts it together. There's a lot of great people on that channel we have on Twitter, where it's probably it's got to be like 40 of us now that are on there. You got Rebecca, I Make Lemonade, Zoglord, you got Boiling Point, which is Rob. You got just Coop. You got there's tons of people on there that help just put these little meetups and events together that we do. And my thing is that we always need to have them at places that accept Litecoin
Yeah.
for payment. Because it's the awesome thing is it's kind of like it's a win-win for the business that we get to accept cryptos for payment. Like we got like Monica's restaurant
Yeah.
accepts cryptos for payment, and we've had a couple parties there already. We've had 2 Litecoin East Coast team meetups there, and then I'm part of this other networking group. I had the party there, so it's like here he's gotten a lot of business now because he accepted Litecoin for payment.
That's cool.
And this is like, we got to remember, and this is so important for everybody, if they want to talk to the public about accepting their favorite crypto for payment, the store owner isn't into cryptos like we are. They don't even, frankly, they could probably care less about cryptos. They just want to get paid. So we have to give them a reason why they want to do this. And if we tell them, hey, if you start accepting Bitcoin or Litecoin for payment, we're going to have crypto meetups at your business, and you're going to have a new stream of business that comes in. They're going to be like, wow, this is great. Like, we're bringing them business. Now it's not us begging them to accept cryptos. We're bringing them real value, and they're going to want to get cryptos in at that point. They're going to say, hey, they want the cryptos over the credit cards, you know?
Oh, that's cool. I never thought of it like that. So how many times roughly do you guys meet, John, for like the Litecoin group up there? Like monthly, quarterly, or?
We meet probably quarterly, and then we have John Kim comes up and surprises us sometimes, and he makes his way to New Jersey, and then we'll have a special meetup with him. We did a few things at my buddy Dom on Twitter. I can't think of his handle off the top of my head, but he owns Giovanni's Deli.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you know Dom. Awesome guy, and he not only accepts Bitcoin and Litecoin for payment, he has a Bitcoin and Litecoin ATM in there. So he's really about adoption. So we had some meetups at his place. We try to do something quarterly. We're actually having a really big meetup with Bitcoin Ben. Bitcoin Ben is coming to town in June, and we're doing a huge meetup as part of his adoption tour. So we're really excited about that. And I want to ramp them up. I'd like to get to the point where I want to roll out some monthly meetups that are just more general crypto meetups for the public, and just to get the buzz going, educate people on cryptos, and get new people in and educate them the right way. It's teaching them, teaching them about a wallet that you use seed words and the value and all this stuff, and it's we got to do it as individuals that are into this, because if we don't do it, big companies are coming, like it or not, big companies are coming into this space, and they'll definitely drive the prices up. Like, I got no doubt about that. But they're going to push things for their own agenda. So if we want freedom and liberty as the citizens and the public, we got to get out there and teach people how to do it the right way, and then it's going to keep the big companies in check.
That's great. Jon Moore, I always have the person I'm interviewing have the last word. So is there anything that you want to leave the viewers with, whether they're new to the channel here or people that know you or anybody in between? I always give the person the last word. Is there anything that you want to leave our listeners or viewers with about anything, frankly?
Yeah, I just want them to know that Johnny Moore, you see my t-shirt there, pay with Litecoin. I'm just about general Litecoin help, Litecoin technical support for the public, for the world, and I'm just here to be a unbiased guy that wants to help people transact in Litecoin and in cryptos in general. So I'm not. I want every crypto community to understand this. I'll help the business also process any crypto for payment that they request me. So I'm not only going to help with Litecoin. I'll help them set up any crypto they want for payment. But I do think that Litecoin has the best chance of mainstream adoption. And I say this from everything that all my conclusions of being a credit card payments guy for the last 10 years. So again, guys, Johnny Litecoin, I'm just general Litecoin help and support. And my DM is always open. If you guys got a question, shoot me a DM and I will help you out. If I don't have the answer, I'll get you the answer.
All right, I love it. Jon Moore at Johnny Litecoin on Twitter. Appreciate it, bud, and we'll definitely be back in touch.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, John.